Hello, and my name is Brianna Quintana, and today for you I have a PBQ titled Garden Guru. Right here I have the introduction, which talks about what the students have learned so far in the past month, and it also talks about what students can do with the herbs once they've already completed the project. For my task page, it talks about exactly what the project will be that the students will be completing. Students will be planting 3 herbs, one outside in the shade, one outside in the sun, and one inside of the classroom. Students will be measuring the growth of the herbs throughout the 2-month period, and they will also be in charge of a Google Doc and a journal and a PowerPoint to showcase all of the information that they have gathered to their classmates. The roles that students can pick from are gardener. The gardener will be in charge of watering the plants at least once a day, every week. The techie will be in charge of the PowerPoint and the Google Doc. The mathematician will be in charge of measuring the plants at least once a week, twice at most. And the scribe will be in charge of writing down notes and important information that the group will need for later to use in their Google Doc or PowerPoint. And then each member will also help the other group members whenever they have any free time, so that not one group member is too overwhelmed with the work. The directions page talks about the steps that the students will go throughout this project, such as the first step is where they will be choosing the herb that they will plant. And they can choose from any of these. And then they will also learn about how to plant the herbs. They will see video, and then we have other links here to other useful videos. And then students will also be creating a journal throughout this project, just on their thoughts about the herbs and how the herbs are growing and what they look like. And then when it's time for the project to come to an end, they will create a PowerPoint with all the information, and they will also have one last journal entry. And the next page is titled Materials. The Materials page just highlights everything that they will need throughout this project in words and in pictures, so it's easy to find. And these are all of the necessary items. Of course, Wi-Fi and the computer are pretty important for this project, as well as the herbs, soil, and containers and rulers. And then our evaluation consists of 5 categories. The duration of the presentation, which is how long the presentation was. The images, which is how many images did they use and how well were they incorporated into the PowerPoint. And then we also have the information in the PowerPoint, such as did they add all the measurements that they gathered? Did they have any personal thoughts that they added? And any facts about herbs or anything else having to do with the topic. And then they will also be graded on the journal, making sure that they completed all of the journal entries. And finally, the Google Doc. And for the Google Doc, students will need to show that they have all worked on it, so that one group member didn't do all of the work, and that none of them were excluded. The conclusion talks about how they have finished the project and also states that they will be presenting this project to their classmates and possibly parents if they come. And then it also says what they can do if they take the herbs home, and what they can do with their parents if they want to grow their own herb garden, and that they can use the herbs to make delicious food. And And finally, we have the teacher page, which talks about the grades that can be used with this project. Now, the grades I found that work well with this project are the 1st to the 5th grade. The standards that I used for this specific project were for the 2nd grade, but the 1st through the 5th grade all have similar standards as where they all have to do with measurement and data, and also the sciences for plants and other such things. And then I also talk about why I wanted to create this web quest for students and why I picked herbs and gardening. And finally, I have my name and contact info for those who need to contact me if they have any questions over this. And that is it. Hope you enjoy.